You didn't lose your time to laziness. You lost it to something far more convincing: the illusion of purpose. The feeling of being busy without moving. The sensation of progress without direction. The comfort of motion without destination. And Seneca diagnosed this problem 2,000 years ago with surgical precision. Not as a philosopher writing for posterity, but as a man watching himself waste his own life and writing about it in letters to a friend. Letters that were never meant to become history, but did. Because every single line reads like it was written yesterday, for you. In the next 30 minutes, you are going to see exactly where your hours went. You are going to understand the specific mechanisms by which a life disappears, while the person living it is still convinced they are making progress. And you are going to learn how to take it back before the option runs out. Stay with me. Because what Seneca discovered is not a productivity hack. It is not a morning routine. It is not a system. It is a reckoning. And you are ready for it. Seneca wrote this, and I want you to hear it slowly. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a great deal of it. Not that life is short, that we waste it. There is a difference between a life that ends too soon and a life that was never fully lived. Seneca was writing about the second kind, the quiet tragedy. The one that doesn't announce itself with a dramatic moment, but accumulates hour by hour, day by day, till one morning you look up and the years are behind you, and you cannot quite remember what you were doing with them. He described 3 kinds of people who waste their time, and I want you to listen carefully, because one of them is you. The first kind gives their time away to other people's requests, to obligations that were never truly theirs, to the endless demands of people who never once asked if you had the time to spare. Seneca called this the most common form of loss, because it feels like generosity, it feels like being needed, it feels like contribution, until the day you realize that everyone else's life got built with your hours. The second kind seizes their time, but lets it slip through the cracks of distraction. Not dramatic distraction, not obvious distraction. The quiet kind. The kind that looks like rest, but is actually avoidance. The kind that feels like unwinding, but is actually numbing. An hour on the phone, another hour watching something you won't remember tomorrow. Another hour in the comfortable fog between intention and action. Seneca said this kind of person has the hours, but not the will to use them. And the third kind is the most dangerous, because they are busy, genuinely, completely busy. Calendar full, phone always in hand, always something to attend to, always something to respond to, always moving, but not forward. Seneca called this the cruelest waste of all, because the person never gets to feel it happening. They are too busy being busy to notice that they are standing still. Now here is where Seneca gets uncomfortable, because he doesn't stop at diagnosis, he goes further. He asks a question that most philosophy never dares to ask. Not how did you lose your time, but why did you let it be taken? And the answer he gives is devastating in its simplicity, because you did not think of your time as yours. People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. Think about what he is saying. You guard your money, you guard your possessions, you guard your reputation, but your hours, your days, your years, those you give away without even being asked. Seneca had a practice I want you to try tonight. Not tomorrow, tonight. He called it the evening account. Before sleep, he would sit quietly and ask himself 3 questions. What did I do today that I chose? What did I do today that was done to me? And what did I lose today without noticing? Not to punish himself, not to feel guilt, but to see clearly. Because Seneca believed that the person who cannot account for their day cannot reclaim their life. You cannot take back what you do not acknowledge losing. He wrote something in one of his letters to Lucilius that I have read dozens of times, and it still stops me. Omnia aliena sunt, tempus tantum nostrum est. Everything is alien to us. Time alone is ours. Everything alien. Your body, your reputation, your career, your relationships, all of it borrowed, all of it temporary, all of it subject to forces beyond your control. But time, the present moment, what you do right now, with the awareness you have right now, that is yours, entirely, completely, irrevocably, and nobody can take it from you, unless you let them. Seneca was one of the most powerful men in Rome, advisor to an emperor, author of plays, tragedies, essays, a man in constant demand, constantly surrounded by people who wanted pieces of him, and yet he carved out time daily, not because he had excess, because he understood scarcity. He wrote to Lucilius, "Ita fac, mi Lucili, vindicate tibi." Do it, my Lucilius. Claim yourself for yourself. Claim, not reclaim. Claim, as if it has always been waiting for you to take it. He called it occupation, busyness, not as a description of someone's schedule, but as a disease of the soul. When you fill every hour with something to respond to, something to manage, something to complete, you never have to sit with the uncomfortable question of whether any of it actually matters. Busyness is not the enemy of purpose. Busyness is the disguise that purposelessness wears, so you won't notice it. While we are postponing, life speeds by. While we are postponing, not wasting, not squandering, postponing, as if life were a task we will get to when everything else is done. When the inbox is clear, when the project is finished, when the kids are older, when the debt is paid. But the conditions are never right, because the conditions are always changing. And while they change, the years move quietly, relentlessly, without asking permission. He did not mean that life is short by nature. He meant that we make it short, through inattention, through distraction, through the surrender of hours to things that do not deserve them. How late it is to begin to live, just when life must leave us. How late. Not how impossible, not how futile. How late. Which means it is still possible. Even now, even here. He described what he called the truly long life. Not a life of many years, a life of many moments, fully inhabited. Every hour given fully to something worth giving it to. Every conversation entered completely. Every task approached with genuine care. Every morning received, not as an obstacle to get through, but as an offering of unrepeatable hours. This is what he meant by reclaiming time, not adding hours to your schedule, bringing yourself fully to the hours you already have. The first practice, protect the morning. Before the inbox opens, before the phone lights up, you can still hear yourself think. Read something that forces you to think slowly, something that makes demands on you rather than entertaining you. The second practice, choose one thing. Not a list, not a system. One thing. If I could only accomplish one thing today, What would make this day worth having lived? Not the most productive thing, the most meaningful thing. And then do it first, before the day has a chance to take it from you. The third practice, the evening account. Where was I present today? Where was I absent? Where did I give my time to something worthy? And where did I give it away without choosing to? Not to produce shame, to produce clarity, because clarity is the beginning of change. Seneca died on the orders of an emperor, not with regret, not with fear, with composure, because he had done the work. Not perfectly, the daily, imperfect, necessary practice of attending to the hours, of choosing rather than drifting, of living rather than postponing. And at the end, he had something that most people never find. Not wealth, not fame, not legacy. The feeling that the time had been his, that he had used it rather than let it use him. You did not lose your time to laziness. You lost it to the convincing illusion of purpose. But you are here now, listening, which means something in you is still paying attention. That attention is the beginning. Claim yourself for yourself, starting now. If this video changed something in you, subscribe, because every week on this channel, we go deeper into the philosophy that actually changes how you live. Not motivation, not inspiration, philosophy. I will see you in the next one.